Week 4 is underway here in Las Vegas from Resorts World. The AVP League play. Fans have filtered in. The sun is starting to set a little bit, and the women have taken the court. The men of Palm Beach are now 4-1. The women from Palm Beach have a tough test here in Los Angeles. A young, talented crew, Maddie Anderson and Alaina Chacon, who started out in Belmar in Week 1, their AVP Progressive League debut at 2-0. Let's hear from them on their start in this league.
We're really excited with how we've started this season, but you know, every weekend's its own weekend. Another 2 really good teams this weekend. It was a super exciting start for us, obviously very close games and games we really had to grind out, so we were super happy with the outcome of those games and just excited to keep proving ourselves in the league. Like, we're gonna see how far we can take this opportunity. You know, we can put in as much work as we can, and you know, a win's a great win, but every weekend we have 2 new games. So we're gonna focus on this weekend and pretend like it's 0-0, and hopefully we come out again 2-0, but you know, we'll see. And it gave us a lot of confidence knowing that we belong here in this league and that we can win some games, and that's what we hope to do the rest of the season.
LA fought the elements a bit, the wind in Belmar. Here it's a different assignment in the heat. We'll talk more about that as things move on. Cameron, what did you like from LA in this young duo?
Well, first thing that stood out was just the grittiness. They were able to pick up 2 3-set wins, both in extended play. That first one was 16-14 in that third set, where they faced match point after match point after match point. They were down 12-14 and found their way to a victory. And then, of course, you think about what they were able to do against the New York Nitro, too. 22-20 in the third set. It was absolutely remarkable. These two have come to win. They are the only 2 women's rookies in the AVP League, and I am so impressed with just their fortitude and how they've approached this game.
5 of the 6 sets they have played in AVP League play have been decided by 3 points or less. Their opponent now is going to be Palm Beach, and you notice a substitution here. We had Melissa Jimena Paredes get injured last week, and while it is the same top, that is Savvy Cory, now married. Savvy Simo, you may remember her from her starring days at UCLA. This is the injury last week to Melissa Jimena Paredes, putting her right knee into the sand.
Yeah, this was such an unfortunate circumstance considering it happened in that third set. They were trailing 5-8, but we wish all the best in the recovery to Melissa Jimena Paredes. Again, dealing with a little bit of a hip injury. She does feel like she's improving and getting to that next step, but just taking another week off as a precaution. Yeah,
caution the better part of valor in this case, not to push it for this week of league play, as Palm Beach's schedule is so front-loaded. We expect her to be back later in the season, starring alongside her silver medalist counterpart. As you look at Savvy Cory, and with more on her, I know we have Rich Lamborn down on the sand who's been watching this young woman display in the beach game for a long time.
Yeah, thank you, Kev. I've actually seen her compete since she was about 15 years old in club volleyball back in San Diego. One of the most tenacious competitors we have in the entire AVP. Like you mentioned, unfortunate circumstances that sort of have her filling in here with Brandie today, but the opportunity to play with the premier blocker in the AVP League is something that competitors always going to relish. Also, the stakes are high for Palm Beach. You know, they're the Cup champions from last year. They want to maintain that title, and Savvy has a chance to kind of step in and keep them on track to do so. So she's very much looking forward to showing what she's got and filling in that role for Melissa Jimena Paredes.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Rich. We actually caught up with Savvy Cory about what it means to get to play alongside Brandie Wilkerson. And again, she did get 1 practice this week, and Mel was included in that. And she said, you know, you want to take little pieces, but you also need to make sure you listen when you should, you step out when you shouldn't, but understanding that she is getting added into this equation. They're both right-siders. There's the intrigue for this matchup. Who's going to play left and right? Brandie will.
There's no intrigue there.
But it will change their offensive scheme as Kevin gets concussed in the middle of this.
I'm in the protocol.
In the middle of this segment, another one comes into the booth. But again, for Savvy and Brandie, she was already booking her ticket to Las Vegas because her good friend Tony Rodriguez will be hosting her bachelorette party later on this weekend here. And all of a sudden, Brandie said, all right, well, how about you come out a day earlier and partner up with me?
It's always a wild journey for any young athlete who seeks to get to this level, the top level of their sport. And for Savvy Simo, now Savvy Cory, it was a reminder of what it means to be here.
Well, and she's been so close, right? You think about the last 3 seasons, and she's been on the outside looking in. You think back to 2024, she was the alternate for the AVP League, didn't get a chance to fill in. 2025, it was facing yet the same team that knocked them out of the AVP League for a 2nd straight year in DeBerg and Harvard, and now she's finally getting her shot, this time filling in alongside the best blocker in the world.
The debut of Savvy Cory coming up next here in Las Vegas when we return to Resorts World. The women of LA, the women of Florida and Palm Beach facing off. We can't wait. Hope you'll be back with us. I think I'll be back, Cameron. We'll see what the doctor says. Good thing I took that baseline test.
How gorgeous is San Diego? That's what's on deck for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Racing there on Saturday, and I know you'll find this hard to believe, but when we arrive on the scene in Southern California, Justin Allgaier is going to be celebrating another win. He got it done at Pocono.
Well, he showed again, didn't have the best car last weekend at Pocono, but had a tremendous restart at the end, was able to get Sam Meyer and go on to get his 5th win of the year. 5
wins on the season, 33 in his career. He's won at 21 different racetracks. He'll try to add San Diego to the mix this coming weekend. And it's going to be awesome, right? I mean, Naval Base Coronado, they've turned it into a street course. All of our sailors are there. They're fired up and ready to go. The scenes will be amazing. The racing will as well. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday afternoon on CW. All of the coverage begins at 4 o'clock Eastern Time.
Can't wait for that exciting race action to happen, and can't wait for our second match here to see what the Palm Beach Passion have to offer against the upstart LA Launch. Coming in at 2-0, most unknown of 2026. They swept the third qualifier, 4 straight matches, defeating the first, third, and 5th seeds to get into this league.
And one of only 2 unbeaten teams in the Progressive AVP League on the women's side. That and TKN. What we do know, Alaina Chacon can play some wild defense. 2 20-plus dig performances in just 1 week play.
Yeah, scrappy, feisty, fiery, all good words in the world of volleyball. It's another player who honed her skills on the beaches of Chicago, coming over from Indiana. Crown Point, not exactly a hotbed of volleyball action, but maybe Alaina Chacon and her sister and her family are the first to come out of that area and dominate the world of beach volleyball. 5'8", 24 years old at the dawn of her career.
And soon to be auntie. That due date for her sister, former professional partner Morgan, this week. I know Alaina absolutely thrilled.
They had a special season together, playing alongside one another last year. This season she's playing alongside Maddie Anderson, a teammate at Florida State University. They had overlap, but they did not play much together. Maybe they should have. 6'1" at the net. An All-American with a unique path to getting to this point in life. So LA is now set to face Palm Beach, where they thought would be the silver medalists. Incomplete. Instead is a mixed bag as Brandie Wilkerson continues to build relationships in the absence of Melissa Humana-Paredes.
The third relationship in as much as 3 weeks for Brandie Wilkerson, now with Savvy Cory. You see the substitution on place, but also Wilkerson, just some of those numbers, that's in effect because she's had to have some different partners on the sand, and it's changed up their offensive schemes. But there's one thing we know about Brandie Wilkerson, she's always going to bring the game.
She is, and alongside her, Savvy Cory has picked up the challenge. Said her partner Devin Newberry said, "You have to do this," and once that was said, she was definitely coming. You just heard about NASCAR. Well, she has NASCAR ties. Dad Brian Simo, the NASCAR driver, longtime race car driver. Hope he's tuning in and enjoying this if he's not here in person to watch this. His daughter's debut alongside one of the best players on the planet. The most dominant blocker in the AVP League has said she invites new challenges, knowing there's a new level beyond. When she talks to kids, that's what the things that she conveys. It is time to put that into action here in Vegas.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Brandie feels like one of her greatest strengths is her ability to adapt to change. A big reason, she just has to take ownership of every decision, every circumstance that comes into the fold, and really creating the foundation, the piece that you need to be able to deal with all sorts of circumstances coming your way.
Yeah, we saw Devin Sowers sub in a blocker alongside Brandie Wilkerson last week. What do you like about this partnership on the left with Savvy?
Well, I love the physicality that Savvy Cory, excuse me. I've called her matches for a decade.
She said she doesn't care. Yeah,
Savvy Cory,
she's good with it.
Savvy Cory has brought, especially in transition, so watch for her. She also wants to sit in the pocket a little bit longer, knowing that she's got one of the most formidable blockers on the planet.
Well, she'll get tested right away, as everybody does when they play alongside Brandie. Wilkerson with a good touch there, got enough of it. And we open with a long rally. Another dig from Cory. How about 3? Yes, there's one. Back set. The read of Chacon, we saw this last time. Her ability to pre-read the action is next level.
But what a juxtaposition, this women's match to the men's match we just witnessed. It's dig after dig after dig. These two are elite defenders that are reading each other from point number 1. Chacon working the cut shot from the right. Finds the first.
You heard that right when Cameron said it earlier. Back-to-back 20 dig matches for Alaina Chacon, and it looked like that. Those pre-reads right to the right spot. Brandie off the net, cranks it, and then it's unhandleable.
Kevin, that last rally had 7 total attempts. That's
we're off to a good start here.
remarkable.
We're off to a good start.
But I like the option play already coming into the fold for the Palm Beach Passion. Taking that swing on the second contact.
Savvy with an ace to open her AVP League debut.
One of the ways you can use the heat to your advantage is playing with the depth of your serve. We saw it in the men's matchup, utilizing a short serve. Well, you can also say pushing the side-out game further back into the court. Can you have those attackers have longer routes to the net?
That one right down the middle. Anderson tries to dig it out and does successfully for the middle attack from Chacon.
I went back and watched Alaina Chacon and some of the attacking from Belmar, and what you note is she likes to kind of follow her pass. So if she passes more towards that middle, she's going to stay closer to Maddie. If it's more to the exterior, she will then attack from the exterior. She's not really running a ton of back sets and moving around her offense too much.
Palm Beach, Florida native serving the Palm Beach Passion down the line. That's just wide right from Maddie Anderson. National runner-up as a sophomore. Back-to-back national titles for Savvy Cory in her time at UCLA. It's 2018 and 19. She gives the signals here to Brandie Wilkerson, who sneaks it through the net for another ace, so 2 aces for the Passion early.
And you love these points if you're the Palm Beach Passion. When you have a new partnership on the sand, you're both trying to figure out exactly how you want to play your offensive scheme, your defensive scheme. These are easy points for you.
Yeah, and that's a good question, Ken. We talked to Savvy about that. As Wilkerson gets another serve in. That ball's pushed to Anderson, who cranks it across court. Maddie Anderson, if you look at her numbers from that second victory against New York, she had 17 kills, hit 500, 5 digs, and 6 aces.
And right now, bringing the tempo, that's a different set and location. Maddie Anderson attacking from the right side, a little bit lower set, challenging the block, forcing Brandie to move. I love it.
Chacon again going to Cory. This time the flipper is no good, and that's an ace the other way through the cable. Both teams utilizing the equipment.
From a comfortability standpoint, you have to look to the LA launch. Both athletes training out of St. Pete in Florida. Feeling pretty comfortable in this warm condition.
Will Chacon go line again? How flat will it be? Ooh, a little too flat that time as it finds the net. So that'll send Cory back to the line once again. And playing defense, we talked to her, she said it's totally a different defensive style. And look, Brandie does not pull. Her partner, Devin Newberry, pulls quite often. She also said Brandie may be 5'10", but plays a lot taller.
So that's going to force Savvy to trust her defense, her speed a little bit more as she does in this rally.
Well, she trusts her platform that time in the pocket and comes up with the swing in transition. We're in the firing zone here. Another one entering our broadcast booth here outside Resorts World.
Yeah, the artillery absolutely coming our direction, but this is where Savvy showcases her physicality. She wants in transition to go up like she wants to swing every single time. And then if the court opens up, look to find the shot. But first priority, always bring the power.
Yeah, Savvy telling us she needs to maintain that aggressive attitude, not get in the shot space. And sometimes opponents get in the shot space against Brandie if she gets a hold of a couple. Almost had that one. Instead, it's a side out LA.
Maddie Anderson, again, attacking from that extension on the right side, opening up some of the angles. Bigger angles down the line and into the cut.
Lots of action onto Cory so far. Not a lot of on-2 here from Wilkerson. And still no. Back set, right side. Comfort zone for Cory. Cannot find the sand. A pulling Wilkerson does dig that one. And this is another adjustment. You could see Savvy Cory thinking about, I've got a left-hander on the left. What do I do with the ball? What did she have to do for Brandie Wilkerson?
When you have a lefty on the left side, that means her attacking shoulder is further away. So you have to push that ball about an extra foot or so to try and get it on her hitting arm.
And that time went a little too far, and that ball trailing off out of bounds. 6-6. Palm Beach at just 143. Wilkerson scoops it up, middle of the court. Easy pickings for Chacon, who tried to chip the edge. There's a turn and swing, Chacon ready. Wilkerson, clean attempt. Got it.
And right back to that adjustment. Look, you see the words of Brandie Wilkerson immediately looking to Cory saying, great set. Here's the first dig from Chacon. But watch the location and the drop of this set. Straight up and down. Brandie works maybe just a half step in to find that ball on her left shoulder.
That was the other thing Savvy said, that Brandie needs a ball that's higher, more up and down, and they run a lot of tempo with Devin Newberry when that is her partner, so that's a change. Locating the ball vertically. Here, Anderson does the same for her partner. Again, Wilkerson with another pull. And misses the swing in return.
We got 7-7, 1 point to the switch.
Brandie Wilkerson has been working on those pulling digs, especially that overhead contact. I love her on that last ball, finding it, but unfortunately just the missed contact as that ball trailed on her attacking arm.
Hitting just .342 on the year, Brandie Wilkerson, but has just 5 hitting errors. That means she's had 38 zeros. She's hit 38 zeros on the year. A ball that is dug all of last year. She had 39 zeros. That is a ball that Brandie Wilkerson swings at that gets popped back by the defense in return. This time it does not. That on-2 attempt in serve receive goes, and it'll be Palm Beach 8-7.
This is going to become so important as this match continues on. Savvy Cory's ability to find her platform and create the option, the on-2 attack for Brandie Wilkerson. We've seen about 4 or 5 attacks now. Brandie has had to shift to that left side of the court. She's way more comfortable. The angles are better if she can stay to the right. One of the ways to do that is utilizing the option.
1 point lead for Palm Beach on the side change. Listen, if you want access to those tall drinks, if you want an umbrella courtside, you want to be a VIP, the AVP Gold membership will get you that all access to everything that the AVP League has to offer. Discounts on every ticket, every event, every season. Get in the game and experience everything the AVP has to offer. Your gold membership is available today at members.avp.com. Look at where we are on the end of the court here in our beautiful setup in Las Vegas. Our 2-day residency. We are just on our second match of what will be 8 on the weekend. The VIP tents on the right, the VIP tents at the bottom of your screen. Those are the kinds of things you can access if you're an AVP Gold member. So what breaks away here in this set, Cameron, do you think, based on what you've seen so far in this first meeting between the 4 pairs?
What you have to pay attention to is that the Palm Beach Passion will progressively get more comfortable and better as this match goes on, just simply by way of reps on their side. Now, you also have to pay attention. The LA Launch, I've been impressed with the defense already from Alaina Chacon in the backcourt. They have to be able to put their foot on the gas right now.
There's some tempo to that side and cracked back underneath Wilkerson. Another kill, and the offense continues to be fairly deadly.
And teams are still trying to figure out the LA Launch. Again, they're just rookies, so only 2 matches played in the Progressive AVP League, and teams tested these 2 athletes, whether it was Maddie Anderson in terms of the side out or Alaina Chacon back towards the sideline.
Anderson 3 for 4, Chacon 2 for 8. That should inform who you're serving. As the on-2 taken from well off the net, that time by Wilkerson, and she's trying to drive her numbers higher, now 4 for 7.
If I'm Cory on those first contacts, just allow yourself a little bit more room for error. With how athletic Brandie Wilkerson is, you don't have to have a perfect set off the platform.
The defenders struggling so far here, and Chacon will see service. And she puts that one away. No dig that time, but there's already 14 in this set. Our entire men's match had that same number, 14 digs through 2 sets. And we are not even to the 2/3 mark of this first frame.
Now that's a great shot from Chacon. This is how teams like to attack the block of Brandie Wilkerson. Can we find some of the short angles, the short waterfall over the top, and force that defender not to have to make 1 move, but actually 2?
Cory going backside, right in the middle. Tries to knuckle deep. Chacon, transition opportunity. Scores it. LA Launch 10-9. Rich has been over there with the launch.
Yeah, right on cue. I was just talking to Jake, their coach, about what kind of adjustments they made at the halfway point. He said they feel like they're switching to the better of the 2 sides, so they like that. They're trying to keep pressure on Savvy as it's not her natural side. And then they were just letting kind of Alaina do her thing in the backcourt, roam free. She's touching a lot of balls, as she just showed, and converting them is what they're focusing on.
Jake McNeil, former standout for Canada, watching his side put up some good numbers. He's coaching a whole cohort down in their Florida space. And in fact, Devin Sowers, who subbed in last week alongside Wilkerson, is part of that group. The monster block has Palm Beach taking a timeout.
each team has 1 team timeout to use.
Another great press, taking away the line shot of savvy Cory.
We'll take theirs right now after that block.
11-9 the lead for LA here in this first best 2 of 3. AVP League Volleyball right now from Las Vegas is what you're enjoying here on the CW. Tomorrow, Banana Ball will bring the ultimate summer party, and you won't want to miss it. Watch as the Party Animals face off against the Texas Tailgaters live from First Horizon Park in Nashville. Don't miss the most electric baseball party of the summer tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right here on the CW. Taking you from Vegas to Nashville, out to San Diego for all the sporting events across the CW family of properties. What a weekend it's going to be. Glad you're kicking it off on a Friday here with Kevin Barnett, alongside Cameron Irwin and gold medalist Rich Lamborn down on the sand. Watching LA put on an offensive clinic thus far.
Currently hitting 500, but the number that really stands out, Alaina Chacon, 7 total digs just in the early portions of this match. Chacon and Anderson have not made an attacking error.
See if they can come up with another opportunity here to extend their lead. Still working on Cory. Big back set. Another dig. Brandie with the knuckles over, finding points any which way they can. Palm Beach now 11-10, certainly within striking distance.
More of this for the Palm Beach Passion. If you're Cory, get your ball to partner, or your partner the ball.
And will you serve Chacon here? Down the line, perhaps? No. To the very hot offensively, Anderson, who makes something out of nothing there.
A little no jump from Maddie Anderson. Feet not completely underneath her on this attack. Just one side step. This is like what you do in warm-ups. Just hit the cut shot.
And there's a game called short court where you got to play close to the net. That's one of those shots you would have. Sometimes you play no jump short court. That is something players are familiar with. Chip. That was tipped. It'll have to come over. Scooped on purpose for Wilkerson to take advantage into some open space.
I love it. Not just on first contact, also in transition. Watch the focus right here. Savvy Cory puts a little extra backspin on that contact too. That's going to draw it off the net and set up her partner beautifully.
I feel like Palm Beach is having to fight to get points here, where LA is just ripping. 8 kills, no errors on their side. Chacon this time. Cross-court winner once again. 9 kills, no errors. And they're making it look easy.
Yeah, but it should feel that way for the Palm Beach Passion, just considering, again, this is a partnership, a new partnership, their first time on the sand together in a competitive environment. You have to expect that it's going to be challenging.
Our progressive stat pack has Alaina Chacon again defensively being dominant. 9 digs here in this first frame to go with 5 kills and an ace. She's at the line with 2 to go here. Almost had Cory to her left. Wilkerson checks down, stretching out his Chacon. Cory with the good read this time. Does she have the offense to boot? No, not yet. Wilkerson stretched out twice, and the ball lands on the Palm Beach side. 14-11. Let's take a look at our beach juice, juiced up moment. It is this rally right here. On the scramble is Brandie Wilkerson.
I mean, fully in the cycle right here. Brandie Wilkerson pulling back off, setting up her partner again. Another big block touch from Anderson. And then it's just an all-out effort. These two blockers showcasing their blocking skills as well as their defensive moves.
Beach juice, 0 sugar, 11% hard tropical punch. That was our beach juice juiced up moment. LA juiced up right now, looking at a potential set point. Serving down the middle, and that one's long. So Palm Beach will have a chance here.
Watch for the tempo set here. If they go after Anderson on that right side.
They do. Shoot to the pin, hit down the line, and it's almost a flawless first set in the books. LA launched 15-12.
a thing of beauty. Right back to that tempoed set, threading the needle is Maddie Anderson. Watch the block. Brandie's supposed to be taking away that angle. There is barely enough room, but just lasered is Maddie Anderson.
526 hitting efficiency for Los Angeles to 130 for Palm Beach. Sometimes a single number can cover everything about a particular set or match. A look at Savvy Simo as we take a look at our progressive performance. This is a lot of pressure for a player who's been out of the league the last couple of years, playing alongside Brandie Wilkerson. How's she doing here, Cameron?
Yeah, this is a great check-in on our progressive performance because right now offensively her number's simply not there. But what you can focus on is setting up your partner, and she's done a nice job in that first set. I think there could be even more. Brandie hitting now about the 250 mark. That's well under her average. However, I think for Cory, you have to focus on what you can control, and that's setting up your partner.
Progressive Insurance, cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more at progressive.com. Savvy Cory, the good news for her is that in the sport of volleyball, we play another set. So the score goes back to 0-0, a chance to get on a tear and better those numbers coming out of the first frame. Lots of talk and communication between her and Brandie Wilkerson here.
All right, Joe, you got to beat 9. You ready for your
Cam, what is the first adjustment you'd like to see, or if you were Brandie, what would you say to Savvy to try and get things going the right way for Palm Beach?
I think at the beginning of set number 1, Brandie had to take a lot of swings from that left side of the court. So if there's a way to make sure she stays a little bit more comfortable on the right side, and how can she alleviate some of that pressure from the side out standpoint for Savvy Cory? Maybe she starts shifting a bit more middle. Can she steal away a pass or two and find that 1-2-3 contact just to be able to alleviate some of that pressure?
All right, take a look at our stats in the first. Throughout, Maddie Anderson was outstanding. Alaina Chacon really picked up her numbers as that set wore on. She finishes hitting .417, which is good by any measure, and 10 digs once again.
Yeah, picking up where she left off. If she stays with this mark, she's going to have another 20 dig match performance, which again is absolutely insane numbers. But right now, she's just reading really well. We talked to Savvy Cory about what she saw from Alaina Chacon in that first week of play, and watching some of that scouting report unfold, she said she actually likes to sit a little bit more middle. However, she might be able to find some angles. Can she work in a cut shot or two against Alaina Chacon?
Have to find some way to destabilize LA, who has made this their home sand. Can't handle that one. Pushing it up to the net that time is Savvy Cory. I think she's just going to switch to Savvy. I think like Madonna, Prince, Drake, just go by one name.
I like that. I think that should stick.
Okay. Savvy to the line. With 2 aces, Palm Beach has the lead in that category. That ball tight, still set with tempo to the outside. Both these players gave credit to their collegiate system in terms of their development. Both said that they really enjoyed what Brooke Niles and Nick Lucena taught them, and then it prepared them well for pro life.
Yeah, without question. And actually, we really think about Alaina Chacon, and she felt like Brooke Niles, her belief in her while she was recruiting is what really set her up for success. And she really hadn't had that from a coaching perspective. It changed the way she viewed the game and how she played the game.
Well, another one of those zeros from Brandie Wilkerson ends in a point for LA. Nice dig by the launch, and they're on top once again.
Looking to go 3-0 in their first 3 matches of the league, not only together.
If they win this set, that would be a 3-0 open to their league career. Taking the league by storm on the launch. Option not taken. Dig made. And converted again. 3-1.
And interesting too right here, watch this. This is the nuance of the Palm Beach passion right now. Not able to find that angle ball, but on that first contact, the side out, you saw Savvy trying to kind of push that ball to the right side, or Brandie expected it there, and then all of a sudden in order to option, it's about 3 feet further away. So that's where the nuance of knowing where that first contact needs to go comes into play.
That ball tight to the net. Savvy deals with it well in the face of Anderson. And again, Palm Beach manufacturing enough to stay close as they did throughout much of that first set. Remember, it was 11-10, launched with the lead. They would go on a little tear there, 4-1 for the victory. Wilkerson will throw a lot at you from the line, including aces like that.
Brandie Wilkerson, this is probably the biggest improvement she saw in the 2025 season. Her ace total climbed the charts, and her ace per set improved as well. She knows she's got to bring a little extra something here to set 2, and this is one thing she can control.
Incredibly athletic player. Mom Stephanie was a Swiss national runner and 2-time Ironman finalist. Father Herb Johnson was a pro basketball player, creating her biracial heritage, of which she is very proud and an advocate. There's the second serve, finds the net. So we'll see how they can settle in perhaps a little better here against the Launch, who set a variety of goals for 2026. They said, here's what we want to do. And then in about a month's time, they accomplished them all and had to set new goals. I don't know if 3-0 to open AVP League play was there, but if it was, they're in hitting range of that.
Yeah, they really are looking to prove that Belmar was only just the beginning. One of their other goals was to make Chicago, that means you're a top 6 team in the progressive AVP League, into the Pairs Championship. You'll find that on Labor Day weekend. And this is a duo. I mean, if they pick up a win here, 3-0, a rookie duo, that's quite the statement.
Remember, that's how it works. Just like Formula One has the constructors title as well as the drivers title, as Brandie throws that one back. We have the League Cup, which is combined results as Palm Beach finally gets going. Combined results of men and women is the League Cup. Then there is the individual championship. And that'll be won and lost by men and women in Chicago with plays like this from Brandie. First hitting error of the match is a Wilkerson stuff block of LA.
And you can guarantee back-to-back losses for the Palm Beach Passion because of some of those partner changes and, of course, the injury retirement to Melissa Humana-Paredes. But there are no excuses for Brandie Wilkerson in her own mind. She expects to win every match that she is on the sand, regardless of who she's next to.
That 4-1 run ends now at 5-5. Anderson still to Cory. Scoop over. A little too long. Is that April Ross out there?
I like the tracking, though. Savvy Cory right on top of that. But still, Alaina Chacon just simply stepping in to digs. She's not even having to hit the sand right now.
Ace last time for Wilkerson. Puts LA a little bit off balance, but not a lot. Cory, good read. Reverse knuckle doesn't go. Chacon, cut shot, dug. Oh, what a read. Once again, positioning yourself properly, and the back set winner goes for Anderson. That was clever.
Brandie making the argument she does not like this play. But I know everyone back at home loves it.
Has to be in line with your body position.
So either directly in front or directly behind. There's no spin on that ball. It can't be called on that. It looks like a clean contact to me, and it was directly behind where she was facing.
Super annoying for sure. If you're on the other side of the net, how will Palm Beach handle it? Tied at 6. Brandie sees the serve. And wins the joust at the net off her own attack. There's a little bit of oomph behind Brandie Wilkerson's body language right now.
I was just about to say, they absolutely just poke the bear with a play like that. Brandie Wilkerson, that's exactly what she needs. She doesn't need a whole lot of spark to get her fired up. She always comes ready to play, but when you do something like that, it's like a Sunday fill. like tiger on Sunday as well. Just a scary thing.
I was just thinking about what kind of bear.
We got a few up in Canada.
Yeah, there are some good options. We'll go with the most powerful grizzly. That's how she can be at the net, Brandie Wilkerson. She can simply take over a match. The time might be now as we look towards the side change. Anderson gets the blocking call from Chacon. Cory goes behind once again, hits off the block, and she got enough of it. So Palm Beach is going to switch sides up 8-7. Can they force a third set by winning this second frame?
So I think it is going to be important at this juncture for Savvy Cory to feel like she's more involved in the offense, because if they do pick up the second set, they're going to need her in that third set. Brandie can't carry the entire load, so I love that last play, working to that right sideline and getting Savvy an opportunity to score.
You're going to need to tune in the rest of this summer to the Progressive AVP League. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule. Second half of the league begins on July 11th in Los Angeles. Progressive Insurance, cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more at progressive.com. Lots of fantastic places where you could come visit us. Kevin and Cameron, we will be in for the rest, in for the journey in LA after we take a little bit of a break here, and then a couple of very special events, although very different events, in the state of New York.
We'll be spending the summer heat in July in Central Park and East Hampton. And then again, you're really looking to find those cup standings, combined men's and women's records. So once we get to Dallas, will we have that cup champion prior to, or is it all going to come down to the big state of Texas?
Pairs championship will happen in Chicago. Top 6 headed there on both the men's and women's sides. Last year, the Palm Beach Passion came up short against Brooklyn. The men came up with the victory. I wondered what effect the heat would have on the pace of play. Cam, not a lot of timeouts being taken here. 4 sets have been played, 8 possible timeouts. We've only had 2 taken thus far. That doesn't count the side switches, which is what we're on now with Palm Beach up 8-7. Savvy and Brandie discussing the call and making some switches here, making some adjustments to the blocking alignment of Brandie. After this serve, looking for the back line, popped up. How about that pass? Savvy with the dig, setting up her partner who crawls it down for a point. It's 9-7.
Lady Luck on the side of Brandie Wilkerson. Love the extension. Watch this play from Savvy Cory. Patience, a little juke, full extension of the platform, and sets up her partner. Tight rope walking across the height of the net.
Is that the momentum that Palm Beach needed? Missed contact, ace service for Brandie Wilkerson. You'll take it.
You're spot on. This contact just off the left side of her hand, it actually creates not only some topspin, but some side spin. That ball trailing away from the platform of Maddie Anderson.
Third ace, coming at a good time, 10-7, Palm Beach. Grabbing the second set. That one's way too deep, but the run and the damage perhaps done.
Looking for something in the second set for the Palm Beach Passion. It's come by way of Brandie Wilkerson's serve.
First ball side out wanted here from Palm Beach, and they got it.
And again, those numbers starting to climb. You see Savvy Cory kind of shake that one off, but that's still a good swing. Set just slightly pushed to the right, and this is somewhat unconventional too, even for Brandie Wilkerson, kind of having to shove this side set over her shoulder, that right side, to make Savvy more comfortable on the right.
After being out hit in the first, Palm Beach is out hitting LA here in the second, hitting 429 here in the second set. Just 333 on the other side. They can side their way out here if they can stay efficient on service reception.
definitely a different set here for Cory. She's hitting 429 in this set alone. Starkly different numbers from the first.
And getting more opportunities. That one pushed outside, and she'll work through the block and down. Was it called? Yes, it was. That looked like a long contact.
Open hand contact.
They're going to look for an open hand contact, an illegal move in the sport of beach volleyball. You can't hit it off the pads of your fingers. You have to look for a poke, and that's a bit of a shove there, a lingering contact.
Savvy, to her credit, did not argue. So 11-10.
Illegal contact, lift, whatever you want to call it.
Wind kicking up and going the other direction strangely now. Across the court as that one is poked through. Wilkerson winning. So what started out as a wind going from our right to left, to the right and left of Palm Beach currently, has now transitioned the other direction, is going from left to right across Palm Beach.
Yeah, and a little bit of an added degree of difficulty. Savvy Cory extending on the left side of her body to pull that ball back across and all the way to her partner.
Wind gusting. Wilkerson serving, chipping. Ball left inside. That was the one Wilkerson can feast on. It goes through her hands.
We haven't said Chacon's name in a minute. It's been more the Maddie Anderson show in terms of her ability to force balls through the block. But another significant stat line from a digs perspective. 22-20, that was week 1 in Belmar. Already 16 in this match.
Wild and gaudy numbers from the rookie. Wilkerson in the middle. Options to choose from. She finds the win off the hands of Anderson.
This is a big challenge for Maddie Anderson, having to face off against Brandie Wilkerson every single time. Brandie kind of changing the location, the timing of that option attack. If I'm Anderson, it's not just about getting a touch. Can you actually get one back on the other side of the net?
Savvy short again and lets that one go. It's out of bounds. So Palm Beach has found their rhythm and found a set point.
It is 14-11 Palm Beach.
Timeout called by LA.
We're going to our first 3-setter now. When this one is over, our next match, no matter what time this one finishes, will start right at 7 o'clock. We are currently live on the CW.
The CW's hit series All-American is headed into its final season. But first, check out the emotional look back at all 8 seasons. See the football, family, and unforgettable drama that made it a legacy. The moments that moved you to come together in this one-night-only special. All-American, end of series, Monday at 9/8 Central, right here on the CW. Right here on the CW right now, we're watching the Palm Beach Passion on the women's side come back in the second set. They will have a second opportunity to extend a match here. Set point upcoming, as they've completely changed around their offense and become much more efficient here in set number 2.
I think the second set is going to showcase their ability to, one, find a better shot in terms of the option, but also getting Savvy Cory more involved in the offense and kind of building that confidence.
She seemed more comfortable behind Brandie?
Without question, which is where she traditionally plays, is on that right side, hence we've seen so many back sets.
Short serve once again. They've gone to that as a strategy. Chacon up and out of the sand. Cory, another dig. Both sides trading defensive efforts. And there's an error from LA. Momentum reversed. From losing 15-12, Palm Beach wins 15-11. So we will head to a third and deciding set between LA and Palm Beach when we return to Las Vegas. AVP League is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more at progressive.com. A look over this iconic American city, as well as our iconic Wilson Optics game ball. That's a large version. It does not often take flight, only one time in recorded history. As we're about to take flight on a third set here, we're looking at our stats through two. Things have really evened out. One team struggled in each set offensively.
Yeah, and to credit to Wilkerson and Cory in terms of that second set performance. Cory starting to get more into the mix. Wilkerson's numbers rise not only offensively, but also what you witnessed from the service line. She's up to 3 total aces. That's a big imprint in these sets played only to 15.
Wilkerson with a block as well as 2 aces in that frame to really put some pressure on LA, who hit just 188. So who will be the more offensive team here in the third? Who will come up with the victory? LA trying to go to 3-0 on the season. Palm Beach trying to get back on the positive side at 3-2 through all the changes. If you weren't with us early on in this one, savvy Cory playing alongside Brandie Wilkerson for the injured Melissa Humana Paredes. This partnership, first time ever put together, has taken shape during this match. Cory with the pass, sprint to the outside, and cannot find the range. 1-0 LA.
And the strategy for the LA launch, we mentioned earlier, serving the left sideline of savvy Cory. That pins her to attacking on the left side or utilizing the option, because otherwise she's having to run 25+ feet along the length of the net to feel comfortable on the right.
Excellent point. They'll do that same thing. Cameron trying to keep her down in the sand on that side. This one, she sneaks middle underneath the block and to the right of Chacon.
Maddie gets there quick, 1-1.
You always want to be the most well-rounded attacker, being able to attack from both the left and the right, but subsequently in this sport, you ultimately have to attack more from one side to the other when you're starting positions on the right and left.
Good news here in Las Vegas. For the first time all day, we have lost a degree of temperature as LA loses that point. We went from 101 to 100.
Still in triple digits.
We try and fade into our evening of action. Still 2 more matches to come. New York Nitro facing the Dallas Dream. Right now you're watching LA and Palm Beach. That one could have been called. Instead, Wilkerson with another stuff block first of the set.
Now starting to target maybe Alaina Chacon here in this third set. On the side out, jumping big into the angle. That's her favorite swing. That late move, bait her into it, and jump.
Brandie feeling at home here in Vegas. This is not her first trip this week to this city. As she finds that ball, pops it up, keeps it alive, and the rally continues. Cory back into position and can't make the move there. Point LA. Brandie Wilkerson ran into her in the airport post Miami early AM in Fort Lauderdale. She was headed to Las Vegas for some festivities with friends before returning to training during the week.
I mean, you might as well double down if you're in Vegas.
We'll have to ask her what her record was on the craps table, or maybe some roulette. Right now her game is volleyball, and it's been a lot of setting as that one sneaks through for an ace serve from Anderson. That'll be Anderson's first ace, second for the team.
Man, the trickle ace, it'll absolutely kill you. So brutal as you kind of dig in, ready for that first contact. You got to shift your weight forward. Not an easy play.
That one cleanly over the net and cleanly over the block as well. Point LA.
4-3.
4-3, they're on top.
Like the defensive setup, kind of taking away that short side of the court with the block from Maddie Anderson and the cutback, the power. Alaina Chacon into the angle.
Anderson, another solid performance. She's 8 of 10, hitting 800. Well, that's more than solid. Straight down the line with the service. Ball wavering in the wind, and as well as off the dig of Anderson there. The wind really picking up during that point.
That's typically one of Anderson's best moves. She pulls off the net. If it's anywhere within her arm's reach, she typically able to find that overhand contact really well, where she struggles, and where most do when you're pulling off the net, trying to find some of those spaces away from the right and back towards the middle.
LA has played now, this is their 3rd match of the season. All have gone 3. They're getting the maximum number of reps here in their rookie season. Anderson, cut shot right there. Savvy sets it up for Wilkerson. Over the top.
I like this serving strategy from the Palm Beach Passion. Try and find kind of that interior, that left shoulder, and force Maddie Anderson to have to take a step to her left because they know she wants to attack from the right side of the court all the way out. Make her play the distance.
Brandie Wilkerson living back in the United States in Southern California after time in Brazil where she was living. She's lived all over the planet. She said, look, I have some needs when I move. I know what I need now. I need regular clothes, that is non-volleyball clothes. And she skips that one through the net. I need my books, a place to get my nails done so you look good while you're blocking everything. And perhaps winning as that ball goes wide. And she said, also, look, I have to FaceTime with friends and family. I've learned that I need that connection.
Last year living in Brazil, moving their training base back to the South Bay. She did say the acai is better in Brazil.
I mean, obvi. Come on.
Pretty simple order, though. Just a little peanut on top for a Brandie Wilkerson and maybe some coconut.
Pulling here, and that's another miss. That one wide to the left. LA has to take their time out now at 7-4.
The Palm Beach Passion while they took over about halfway through set number 2.
Just a higher level of execution.
Are the wheels finally coming off for LA, who has been running roughshod over the rest of the league? 2 2/3 matches in. Operation Smile here with the AVP League presents the biggest smiles of the day. Lots of them happening out here. I don't know what's happening there.
Trying to figure, you can't leave me hanging, man.
I do know what's happening there. That was a shot. Where was the block that time, Cameron? Or when you said you had me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, lots of fun being had by Palm Beach as things have worn on here in the game. Operation Smile is a global nonprofit providing access to free, life-changing cleft surgery and care for children and adults around the world, doing special work around this planet. As we travel around in America, hope you're enjoying AVP League coverage here in 2026. Kevin Barnett alongside Cameron Irwin with Olympic gold medalist Rich Lamborn on the sand, looking at the second half of our final frame of the Launch versus Palm Beach. What turns this for the Launch? How do they get back to where they were in the first set?
For the LA Launch, it's been a little bit of a streaky third set, right? For both these teams, a series Palm Beach went 3-0, then it was a 4-0, LA, then a 3-0 as well. So I think right now they've got to be able to simplify, find their first ball side out, and especially you notice kind of Anderson at one point running a back set. They have been so successful with her on that right pin, hitting that high line shot. I'd love to see them go back that direction.
Well off the net. Chacon still. Wilkerson's had a number of pulling digs. How about the put away? No, Chacon is there with some speed. And the score by Anderson.
Perfect placement from Maddie Anderson. Out of system. When you don't know where to go right through the middle. There's that pulling dig, the overhead contact. And finds the opposition. Leaves them looking.
Yeah, I love your call out of the contact there, leaning into the ball properly, get the right angle, the right trajectory, and the point they needed out of the timeout. Cory, she'll go behind this time and go that direction into the corner.
So crispy. The pass, the set, the contact. It's exactly what Savvy Cory's looking for in set 3.
Side change taken at 8-5.
If I'm LA, I think back to Belmar right now. You face match point multiple times against tough teams, down 12-14 in a third set. You climbed your way back. It was 4 straight. They are not out of this, but they do need to start putting some points on the board at the switch.
They would win that one 22-20, which to that point was the longest set ever in women's play history. That was bettered later, and bettering the ball there is Wilkerson with her third stuff block.
Chacon trying to relinquish some of that side out pressure, tries to go on to, and another stolen by Brandie Wilkerson. There you go.
Quick winner.
Yeah, interesting too. They actually changed up the defensive scheme for Palm Beach there. Brandie taking away a little bit more of the angle or more of the seam, and you saw Savvy Cory work towards the line, trying to play for that high line shot. One step ahead is Maddie Anderson.
Anderson with the Phil Dalhauser start right there. Hands above the head with the ball. Long run here for Cory, nobody up, and she hits it at the retreating Anderson. You talked about how long of a run she was gonna have to make. There, she made it.
She's a track star right now.
The long journey home to the right side. Double digits on the board. Does Wilkerson go jumper here? Yes. Full contact down the middle. Now who's crossing behind? That flipper, oh, doesn't find the right bounce off the net. So Anderson on the move.
We've seen it a handful of times. Anderson working back to the opposite side. Previous one had gotten blocked by Brandie Wilkerson, but again, just kind of finding some success in a troubled moment.
Here's the wild split. Anderson is 11 of 16, no errors. That's 688 in efficiency. Her partner, Chacon, 9 kills, 8 errors on 32. Seems to me Anderson should not see the ball here in service reception. She'll see the ball here, and it is going to be put away as she's spinning underneath while Brandie Wilkerson elevates. So quick out of the sand.
So it separates Brandie Wilkerson against all other blockers, just her level of verticality, but also her explosiveness.
Short middle serve, Wilkerson on it. That ball mistakenly bumped over, and it works.
Build from there. That's the first block.
Who's rooting for Brandie and Maddie of the Palm Beach Passion?
Doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work.
Savvy said with Brandie they were going to color as we go. They have figured it out here into a third set where they lead. But it's getting a little tighter, 11-9 off the ace.
Surprising error. You haven't seen a platform go that distinctly sideways for savvy Cory in this matchup. Not the time you want for Palm Beach Passion.
Second ace, and now a timeout called by Palm Beach. So we mentioned how little timeouts have been used throughout our early action. They're both used here.
I'm not 100% if you are the guys, but I feel like you're the guys. Yeah, I might know you, or we're all about to know you. Yeah, Kane, those are the guys.
Palm Beach still a 2-point lead. Lost the first set 15-12, hit 130, won the second set 15-11, reversed their offensive momentum, hitting 389 and holding Anderson and Chacon below 200.
But Kevin, you mentioned it right now. Chacon has not found a kill in this third set. She's had 6 total attempts. She's hitting negative numbers, and the errors have started to climb here in set 3.
Yeah, 5 errors. That is nearly negative 1,000. I haven't seen that very often. 400 on the other side for Wilkerson and Cory. I feel like they should have more of a lead here.
You would think so, but I think what comes into play is the defense still for Anderson and Chacon. They've got 4 digs as opposed to 3 on the other side in this singular set. That's kind of how they play. You think back to Belmar, maybe they don't out-hit the teams, but if they can out-defend teams, they put themselves in positions to win.
Big side-out moment here for Palm Beach. Service of Anderson forthcoming. Launch, undefeated. Playing a third set for the 3rd time this year. They will not win that point, and they are now just 3 away, the Palm Beach Passion.
Big point for savvy Cory. Attacking from the left, she finally gets a clean look at it, peppers it down the line.
And doing justice to the Humana Paredes on the back of her jersey. Jump serve coming. Missed. Man, wouldn't you just put it into Chacon? No kills in the set. Throw it at her. Like you're
I hear you, but
Aunt Kathy or something.
I know, but in the same vein, like Brandie, what separated them in set 2 was her service pressure, so I don't blame her for going after it.
Excellent point. Wilkerson cleverly done for 13.
That's the vision. It's not just going up and trying to take the biggest swing at the ball, like I know a lot of your career was, Kevin, and it worked out just fine for you, but I love the vision. Little cutback.
Just
taking the
proving
pace off.
Grizzly Bears can be tender when needed. See if she's ferocious again. Oh, intimidating enough. That ball's so close to the line. Brandie Wilkerson had it out. Our referee crew had it in. I believe that's Matt Laveau down the line that time.
I think she was looking at the wrong ball mark.
13-11. Cory been almost the exclusive target here. She's 5 of 7 in this set. Oh, right at the defender, Chacon. Gets a bounce off the net, and there's too much traffic here in Las Vegas.
Full-on collision. This one scared me. That was one heck of a change of direction, though, for Brandie to make that play as Savvy tries to get around her.
Don't worry, they've exchanged their Progressive insurance information. The police didn't need to be called. Everyone can move along.
Time for a claim.
Yep. Excuse me. Hello? Overpass. Saved by Wilkerson. Dig can't be had. LA's back in it here in the third. We are tied at 13. You talked about the grit, Cameron Irwin.
And they're right back to it. You build confidence in moments like they saw in Belmar. Never feeling like they're out of it. The ultimate competitors. Rich mentioned it as well. These two might be better with their back against the wall.
Pressure moment for Palm Beach. Pressure alleviated. Alaina Chacon again with 10 kills and plus 20 digs. She's been over 20 digs every single match she's played. Gonna need a little more right now. Match ball, Palm Beach. Wilkerson chips it in. And LA sides out.
That is nasty. A shot from Anderson after having to fend off the ball off the tape, stands back up, no approach, so clean on the contact, finds the cut.
Coach Jake McNeil loves it, as does Hagen Smith. Looking to hold the advantage is Palm Beach. I think you know who's getting the ball. Do you push it for 2? Savvy finds the line. Expertly done on the left.
There's one thing we know about Savvy, Cory. She's a gamer.
Well, now's the time because the game and the match is on the line. Second match ball. Short serve. Chacon struggling in the set. Touched. Turned. Saved once again. And LA stays on the sand.
This is the kind of action we love on the Progressive AVP League. Defenders just going head to head.
Anderson to the line. 2 aces already. Cory circles behind. Hits it cross court with too much heat. Third match ball for Palm Beach. God, you love this too for this partnership. They're going to play another match tomorrow. This is good growth for them. Wilkerson nearly had the ace last time. Back to the jump serve. Into the angle. And she may have gotten it done. There it is. Palm Beach victorious.
Brandie Wilkerson finds her win. alongside a new partner. The fill-in for Melissa Monaparedes, Savvy Cory, gets her first progressive AVP League win.
First time she's playing, first victory taken, working their way into that partnership, finishing strong. Lost the first frame 15-12, won the second 15-11, and then 17-15. Driving their hitting percentage up throughout most of this match. What did you like about the adjustments they made?
I just love that Savvy Cory stayed tough, cleaned up some of those contacts, got her partner involved, and then was in a tough and adverse situation, attacking in an uncomfortable position, and she still found ways to get the job done.
So here in Las Vegas, now the record 2-1 for the LA Launch, moving to 3-2. Lots of early season action for Palm Beach. Hugs all around as an exciting match comes to a close in overtime, 17-15. Thanks for being with us. The Progressive AVP League returns on July 11th in Los Angeles. Live coverage on the CW starts at 4:30 Eastern. We can't wait to rejoin you from the best that the beach has to offer. Sweet Summer Sand will be back. For Cameron Irwin and Rich Lamborn, I'm Kevin Barnett. Congratulations, Palm Beach.